Right now, somewhere in your body, there is a thing you have been avoiding. A phone call, a conversation, a room, maybe just a thought. You have built your whole day around not touching it. But the real answer to why you keep avoiding it is far stranger than you think. It is not about the thing itself. It is about a decision your body made a long time ago and never told you about. Here is what actually happens when you avoid something you fear. Your brain does not simply skip the discomfort, it saves it. It files it away as unfinished, and unfinished threats do not fade. They grow. Every time you turn away from the thing that scares you, your nervous system quietly writes a note. This was too dangerous to face. And the next time you meet it, the note gets read first, before you even decide anything for yourself. This is not weakness, it is machinery. Old machinery, built for a world that no longer exists. Your ancestors did not fear emails or eye contact. They feared teeth and cliffs and strangers at the edge of the firelight. Their fear system had one job: keep the body alive long enough to pass on its genes. It did not care about growth. It did not care about confidence. It cared about survival, and survival meant caution, and caution meant avoidance was often the smartest move a person could make. So the system got very good at one specific skill. It got good at making you stop. But something strange happens when you study fear closely instead of just feeling it. Psychologist Joseph Wolpe, working in the 1950s, discovered something almost accidental while treating patients with intense phobias. He found that when people were guided to face a feared stimulus gradually, in small doses, their fear response did not just fade with time, it restructured. The nervous system did not simply get used to the danger. It relearned at a physical level that the danger was survivable. This later became the foundation of exposure therapy, one of the most consistently effective psychological treatments ever studied. Not because it removes fear, because it teaches the body a new ending to an old story. Here is the part most people never learn. Avoidance does not protect you from fear. It preserves it. Every time you avoid, you confirm the original prediction your brain made. This is dangerous. Good thing we didn't go near it. The threat gets stronger evidence, not less. Fear left untested does not disappear. It calcifies. Confrontation works the opposite way. Neuroscientist Joseph LeDoux, who spent decades mapping the brain's fear circuitry, showed that the amygdala, the almond-shaped structure that generates fear responses, does not simply switch fear off when danger passes. It has to be taught deliberately that the old alarm no longer applies. This process is called extinction learning, and it does not happen by hiding from the trigger. It only happens by encountering it and surviving it, consciously, while nothing bad occurs. You are not born fearless. Nobody is. You are born with a system that assumes the worst, because assuming the worst kept your ancestors alive in a world without hospitals or streetlights or second chances. But you were also born with something else. A newer part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, capable of stepping in and telling the ancient alarm system, "Not this time. This one is safe. Let me handle it." That conversation between the old brain and the new brain is happening inside you constantly, and it decides more of your life than you probably realize. Think about the last time you actually did the hard thing, not the imagined version, the real one. Your hands might have shaken, your voice might have caught, but afterward, something shifted, didn't it? Not because the outcome was perfect, because you learned something no comforting thought could have taught you. You were still standing. That is the strange part psychologists keep circling back to. It is not the outcome that changes you, it is the act of standing in it. Researcher Angela Duckworth, known for her work on grit and perseverance, found something counterintuitive across years of studying people who thrive under pressure. The people who built the most resilience were not the ones who felt the least fear. They were the ones who kept moving while afraid, over and over, until fear stopped being a stop sign and became just weather. Present, sometimes loud, but no longer in charge of the decision. This is not about becoming fearless. Fearlessness is not the goal, and it may not even be possible for a functioning nervous system. The goal is smaller and far more achievable. It is becoming someone who can feel fear and act anyway, because every single time you do that, your brain updates its model of you. Think of it like evidence in a trial. Each time you avoid, the case builds against you. This person cannot handle hard things. Each time you face it, even shakily, even imperfectly, the case builds the other way. This person can handle more than they think. Your nervous system is not persuaded by pep talks. It is persuaded by proof. This is why the same action repeated builds something that feels almost physical, like a callus. Not because the fear disappears completely, it rarely does, even for people who look fearless from the outside. What changes is the relationship. Fear stops being a locked door. It becomes a doorway you already know how to walk through. There is a specific moment this happens, and you have probably felt it without naming it. The moment right before you speak up, or make the call, or walk into the room. That moment is not comfortable. It is not supposed to be. That discomfort is not a sign to stop. It is the exact signature of growth happening in real time, the same signature Wolpe's patients felt in his office, the same signature LeDoux found rewiring the amygdala under a microscope. You do not need to feel ready. Readiness is a myth built by people who have never had to do anything hard. What you need is smaller and stranger. One small act of standing still while the old alarm goes off and letting your own 2 feet prove it wrong. So think again about that thing you have been avoiding. The call, the conversation, the room, the thought. It has not been getting smaller while you looked away from it. It has been getting louder the way anything does when it never gets tested. But here is the reframe your ancestors never had the luxury of learning, because their fears were mostly real and immediate and physical. Yours, most of the time, are not. Yours are mostly stories your old brain tells your new brain. Stories that only stay true as long as you never check them. You do not become strong by waiting for fear to leave. You become strong the moment you stand inside it and discover, plainly, undramatically, that you are still there when it's over. That single moment of standing does not erase the fear. It just quietly, permanently, changes what you believe about yourself. And that belief is the real answer to why some people keep growing while others stay exactly where they've always been. It was never about being unafraid. It was always about what you were willing to do while afraid. So the next time your body sounds the alarm, remember what that alarm actually is. Not proof of danger, just an old system, doing an old job, in a world that has already moved on. Stand there anyway. That's the whole secret. That's how you get stronger.